decided to go live. Don't know if there's anybody on there, but I'm going to just start talking anyway. Oh, it looks like there's somebody there, so hi. I don't go live very often, and I wasn't planning on even doing a video. However, I've had a lot of really interesting experiences in the last couple of days, but specifically today, really empowering experiences, and a lot of energetic activations and just enlightenment and really feeling upliftment and just big realizations. And as I came home, I was given more downloads, more, it was just like past, present, future, everything constantly. And it just, my heart is so full right now. And it dawned on me, today is 9/8, tomorrow is 9/9. And some of the information that I was given was that this is a big opening. Today specifically, opening of the heart, and take what resonates for you, because those of us who are extremely energetically sensitive are feeling this. We're feeling this upliftment, but we're also feeling this, it's like extreme joy and then sadness because of whatever is trying to pull us back down from the higher elevated energies, pulling us back down to third dimensional realm. There's that shadow that's really strong, and I call them challenges. They are, and I always have a sense of humor with them, but I think that sadness is when we get elevated to extreme levels of joy and bliss and happiness and love, and then something comes and pulls us down into so-called reality, which really is not reality, but it is, it's energetic. So anyway, the guides just said, go on live, and I've pulled out, we're going to pull some cards because I want to get a message. I want to get a deeper understanding of what these activations are for each and every one of us. This is collective. I thought this was individual. Hi, Paula. I thought this was individual. It was just for me. And they're like, no, this is collective energy. So I am going to pull some cards from the Sirian Starseed Tarot, and I'm actually going to read from the book the cards that I pull. I was specifically guided to do this. And then I haven't read from this deck in ages, was guided to get the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. So we'll pull some cards from that too, to see what, we're going to get an idea of what is going on with us right now, and what activations are we currently experiencing and will be really experiencing tomorrow, because today was heavy. Yeah. And I got a lot of insight on that, and I will remind me to go into that deeper after I pull some cards, because I do want to share some of the cosmic information that I know, I'm aware of, but I was actually shown this mirroring effect, and hopefully I can put it into words that are relatable for all of us. But let's start with taking a deep breath and pulling from the Sirian Starseed deck. And we're going to ask very specifically, what is this current energy that we are experiencing? Because what it's doing is it's giving us so much to see, so much to feel. Hi, Dustin. So much to see, so much to feel, so much to download, and yeah. So I was getting it. I actually, after work today, Paula, I went out to the Struble Trail, and I kind of veered off into like the more private trail. And I got hit with this wave of just complete and utter like joy and happiness because I got a big aha moment, and I was just flowing through the trees, and I didn't even feel like my feet were touching the ground. I haven't had this kind of cosmic experience in a long time. It felt like I was on a drug, and I'm still feeling it. Although when I came home, I started to get other insights as to the date. I didn't even realize the date. I didn't realize tomorrow was 9/9. And I'm sure you remember the 8/8 portal, because everybody remembered that was pretty much a doozy for all of us. But so let's see what we are being activated in, and what is it that we're releasing. So we're releasing, which is the heaviness, and we're being activated into higher elevated energy. If we're receptive to it, we must be open and receptive to it, and don't play with the dark. This is why I kept getting those messages about the light and the dark. It's like the dark is going to keep coming in, and like my incense is smoking all over the place. The dark, the challenges, or just even the heavy energies that want to pull us back down. It's almost like I see a helium balloon, and it's like pulling us up, yay, and then something like yanking us back down to the ground. And so that's that joy and that sorrow, joy and sorrow. So that's kind of where we've been at, at least yesterday into today. Now, my experience, I had my big aha moment this morning driving. I had more tests, more challenges, my fears, stupid fears. And I fell into it for just like a minute, and I popped right out of it. And then I had all these insights as to what I'm trying to manifest, what my desire is to manifest, and why it's been so confusing and difficult. And one of it is reconnecting with Solace Farms. I don't know if she comes on here or not. Probably not. She's very busy. And, getting in touch with Andrea and all of that. Well, don't you know, 5 minutes later, she texts me, hey, we got to get together next week. What's a good time for you? So like these are instant manifestations now. The thoughts are turning into truths. And I'm sure that's my psychic senses too, but it was like I was first tested and challenged, where I felt like, I'm so tired, so tired of these frustrations, to snapping out of that and having what I really wanted was just communication to actually come into my existence. So sharing that's a little tiny piece, a little nugget of what I've been experiencing today. Anyway, let's get back into the cards, because this energy, it's a lot of energy. Had same thing with your cousin, haven't talked in 4 months and been on my mind, and bam, you text me. Yes, so these are like instant manifestations. We're getting also we're really close to that I see it as a mirror, but I also see it as a bounce back. It's like the thought comes in and it bounces right back, comes right back. So be mindful of what it is that you are thinking about and what you are holding in your vibration, in your frequency. All right, the incense is calmed down now. So let me bring my energy back down again. And call in the guides. And they specifically said to get this book out. So Ace of Orbs. Dustin says, today someone reached out on Instagram and said they'd house me in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh my gosh. all my friends from Pennsylvania now live in Arizona, live in Phoenix. So that's cool. Or, the surrounding areas of Phoenix, alchemy. Okay, let me pay attention to the cards here. One more. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see the cards. Before I even pull in the book, what we are working with. Bear with me here, because these cards are intricate. Overall, we're going with, we have the Adept of Crystals. Interesting. Below that, the Adept of Flames and Seeker of Flames. And they want me to pull one more Starseed. The Shadow is below that. So that is telling me that we are being lifted up. Now, I'm going to read from you what Adept means in this book. Crystals is what is manifested or materialized here on the earthly plane. It's similar to the pentacles in the traditional tarot. My leg. Hi, Steph. Oh, I love going live. I love to do the, I forget how much fun going live is. Okay, I might have to change my chair because my leg is falling asleep on this stool. Do you guys mind? Bear with me 1 second. Because it's not going to be fun reading. It's not fun reading. If I'm uncomfortable. Like I said, I'm like just in my, I wasn't expecting to. All right, come on here. But this is important because this is big, huge energy that we're working with right now. And tell Ben I said happy birthday, by the way, Steph. This is big, huge energy that we are working with. Oh my gosh, I have to stop for a minute because Steph, you're on here. I just get this energy that we're in. I just got a text message about a half an hour before I got on here. Dylan, who's my son, you know that, but not everybody does. Dylan is out in Texas for work and he was supposed to be flying home today and they canceled his flight. And he's like, do we know anybody in Dallas? And I said, Ben and Steph live in Austin, but he's getting a hotel. Anyway, I thought that was interesting because that's just like this energy testing us, challenging us, changing our plans. It's like you might as well not have plans right now. All right, back to the message. Because what is happening is we are feeling these higher frequencies. They are really beginning to come in, and they may not be, they're not materialized fully in our experience all the way, but we're feeling them. We're feeling them through our bodies. We're feeling them through the heart chakra, through the chakra system. And this message is specifically for all of us who are super energetically sensitive. Our psychic senses, all of our different sensory systems are changing, elevating, getting stronger. So what we are working with right now, Adept of Crystals, means within the material, what we are materializing, what we are manifesting, or what we're learning how to create or materialize. The adept. The adept is well along the path of self-discovery, having learned much about his sphere of influence, but still lacking maturity. He can be mesmerized by his own wisdom, a sign of the unresolved ego, just as he can be reflective about the deeper meaning of his field of experience. Pure energy in his suit, the adept moves along the path of earthly experiences, seeking mastery. He is passionate, at times impulsive, filled with vitality and determination to advance in his sphere of influence. So I don't know about you guys, but that is definitely resonant. When we start to see these things begin to manifest, materialize, like, you know, thinking about somebody and they suddenly text you or call you, those kinds of things. We get excited, right? It's like, oh, I got this magical power. And I have to laugh because a long time ago, I used to think I must have magical powers. But it is this, we're starting to learn and understand the mystery of the cosmos, the mystery of the cosmic mirror, and of what it is that we are being shown. We're being, we're being guided into creating and manifesting our dreams, our desires, but at the same time, we are also being blocked and challenged. What this really is the universe's way of stripping away false beliefs, false pretenses, egoic types of whatever I just said here. The ego can get a hold of this as well, and we don't realize the difference all the time, but the ego can get a hold of this power, and that's where it can turn sideways. But the universe is smart. The universe knows what it's what it's doing here. So let's continue. And this actually is showing me the duality of the energies right here. So I'm going to first read the first 3 cards that I pulled, because these are talking about the joy, the passion, the excitement that we're feeling in our co-creation, in our alchemical process of creation, our alchemy, our magician, and our wishes. Now I'm going to read these from the book as well. No coincidences, that's right. But we are in Earth School, so we are being taught some very valuable lessons that we need to understand. So when this window opens fully, we can actually take what we've learned, what we've understood, whatever is being downloaded to us, whatever is being shown to us and reflected to us. I hope I'm making sense. Whatever we're seeing, whatever we're reading, we almost have to read in between the lines a little bit and really be in touch with the senses, in touch with how you feel and your psychic senses. This is an important time to really be in touch with the psychic senses. Ace of Orbs. And I typically don't do this, but this is, I feel like this is, I'm hearing this is important. Okay. From the cosmic sea of infinite potential, a dolphin, symbol of higher consciousness, focuses on a single radiant orb, which appears almost at the surface of the waves, drawing his attention upward. He is about to surface for air, just as we do when we bring our subconscious fears and beliefs to full conscious awareness, to be observed and released. Within the orb, rainbow refractions depict the entire range of vibratory rays through which we can manifest an enlightening new concept, still in its potential state of becoming, with our exquisite intellect. From the field of higher consciousness, a new perception or a new way of looking at something is coming into focus, taking form in your mind. It is filled with a spectrum of possibilities, unlimited in its range. representing the energies inherent in the number one. It speaks of new ideas, new projects, and new awakenings with which to create new possibilities in your life. I'm going to move on to alchemy. Once starseed has experienced and understood the true significance of transition from one state of being to another, he or she explores the alchemical process of transmutation, whereby elements are combined to create new forms. Bear with me here. The pages stuck together. While the ancient alchemists were supposedly attempting to change lead to gold, their higher purpose was in transmuting the dense physical body into the spiritual light body of the enlightened soul. The alchemy key employs the magical process of glass blowing, where the four primary earth elements of air, the breath of the glass blower, water, dripped from above to cool the glass, fire, melting the glass, and earth, the silicates that melted form glass, are combined to create the new form, a beautiful blown glass sphere. Let us not forget that the consciousness of the artist, the focus intent, is the primal ingredient or impetus in this process of transmutation. The alchemy key is rich in meanings and can be interpreted at many levels. On one hand, it is about blending different elements with patience and skill to create a desired outcome or new form. On the other, it speaks of balancing aspects of our lives in order to move forward. For some, it is a key to spiritual healing, building from the previous key of death versus immortality, and how we learn from our grief and fear when we embrace our own infinity. Words associated with this key are chemistry, temperance, mixing, blending, combining, merging, experimentation, and synthesis. And here's where a lot of you come in. Dustin, you specifically, and Paula, all of you actually who are on here. This is interesting. We have, we have Steph, Dustin, Paula. I'm not sure who else is on here. If anybody else wants to say hi. You guys are part of my alchemical process, because whenever we have exchanges and interactions, there's always magical little mystical things, because we elevate each other. We kind of get excited. We laugh. We have the similar experiences, and that's why we are brought together. We're brought together to co-create together. So this is a beautiful, I have the chills right now, so I'm really glad that we're doing this here. Let's get into the Four of Chalices. Martin, greetings from Ireland. Hi, Martin. You're part of this too. Okay, Four of Chalices. In contrast to the former key, where merriment and celebration are in full bloom, the Four of Chalices reminds us of those times when even in a full room, we can feel immense loneliness and isolation. Many starseed incarnated on Earth now experience this longing to return to their star family, feeling displaced and foreign in a world in which they feel they have never quite belonged. I suddenly got the chills again, and I feel this immense sorrow and also immense love and joy, because here we are together, and I feel like everybody in this live stream at this moment has or does have this sensation, this feeling of deep, immense longing for our soul tribe. Where is my family? Not our blood family. Where is my soul family. And I feel like we are coming together. We are connecting. The young woman in the key sits at the very edge of the ocean, dangerously close, in fact, as if the waves, which are her emotions, are about to consume her. 3 chalices sit precipitously on the rocks nearby. It is as if she doesn't even notice the gift they bring. In the waves, a dolphin spirit brings presence. A dolphin spirit being present with her presents her with the 4th chalice, and yet she still remains blind to them all as she gazes up at her star, longing to go home. The key is a great teacher for starseeds incarnated on Earth at this time. It speaks to us of how each moment of life is precious and that we become aware of our gifts when we stay focused in the moment on the wonders of all that we are given. There is a reason we came here. Now, let's pay attention to what great gifts this realm provides us. Scattered all over the place. Yes, we have been scattered all over the place, haven't we? But now we have the invention of the internet, the World Wide Web, which is a beautiful thing where we can actually reconnect and I'll say this. I have been having so many telepathic experiences with other people lately. It's I mean, I have them a lot anyway, but they've just been really off the chart lately. So we're going to go into the next 3 that came out. So we're feeling and we're seeing and sensing the newness and the elevation and the beauty of life. We're going through a great change, an alchemical process. But that longing for home, that longing for our star family has still really been pulling us down. So we get elevated, like that's the sensation. Like we get elevated, but then there's this push-pull. It's like elevated and drop, elevated and then drop. Lighthouses are never next to each other. They're a place where they are to shine and nothing else. Yeah, I like that. That is so true. That is so true. 7 of crystals. And it's nice to even just be able to dialogue with others who like get it. I, for one, have no time or patience for superficial conversation whatsoever. This is where my sense of humor really comes in handy for me, because I have always been one to have like one-liners or break it up, because I cannot do it. And I'm blessed also with having so many beautiful people in my life that just do. They might not totally get me, but they at least accept me for who I am. Because I accept me for who I am. And that is the point here, is that we've got this cosmic mirror. And it is important that no matter how many times we've been made fun of, pushed down, dismissed, ostracized, know yourself, love yourself, and no apologies. Be who you are, and you guarantee those around you are going to, at the very least, accept you. And if they don't, you can remove yourself from that situation, or you can question, like, what is it? Because there's a mirror there. What is it about me that I'm not accepting? Am I really still trying to fit in or be accepted by these people because I don't want to be so lonely? Or am I just going to love my freakish, weirdest, because we're actually not weird or freaky at all. The mundane status quo to me is really weird and freaky, actually. Waves up and down. All right, so we're going to go into the 7 of crystals. After much labor and long journeys of exploration into one's motivation of life, the key of 7 rests. A young merchant has spread his carpet out to sell his polished crystals and so receive the rewards of his efforts. But for now, no one is interested. He sits waiting for buyers to come. He sits beneath the Glastonbury Tor, contemplating the value of his work, perhaps even the point of it all. And while he does admire what he has accomplished, he seems to question it at the same time. That's funny. I was kind of just talking about that. Know that you are valuable. We all have something very valuable to offer humanity, and that will be rewarded back to us when we actually truly believe and accept our own value and worth. He looks at the few coins that he has received in exchange for his beautifully perfected polished crystals, and it appears he is concerned that the potential rewards are nowhere to be found. At the very least, it seems they are nowhere near to meeting his expectations. So this card is pretty much reiterating exactly what I was saying. When we look out to our outer experiences, and we have all been, like I said, ostracized and all of these myriad of things that, for the most part, our ego, our outer self, we can shake it off and be like, I love myself. I'm confident in myself. I know myself. But there are deeper cracks and crevices within that are still insecure, unsure, not really seeing our beauty and our value fully, myself included. And I've had this reflected back to me, especially recently, in a more beautiful way, of people like telling me, you're really good. You got to understand that. And I'm always questioning, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but when I surrender and allow what's coming through me to allow me to just blurt it out, when it comes out, it's in the form of channeling. It does resonate with people. But when I was younger and I was just a channeler, I was just always reading and saying things, I would get punished. I would get in trouble. So I learned to shut my mouth. I mean, even in school and stuff like that. So there are little places where we're being shown. You still have this fear, this insecurity, or you're not really sure about yourself. You're not really confident in putting yourself out there into the world. But we are actually here to shine. Exactly, here to shine. Hello. Much love to you too. All right, so we are now on to the Tower. And I'm already feeling, oh, that's why. Bear with me while I get my water. Okay. All right. We're about to get more thunderstorms here, so hopefully my electric stays on, because I didn't light any candles this time. And I should have. I just wasn't. I was in a vibe. I gotta find it here. XV1. Yeah, be safe. Are you talking about the storms, Paula? Or be safe? XV1. Which I know is 16. I just say that out loud. Oh, yes. I know, that's a big storm. And I don't know what time it is, but I don't hear any thunder yet. So, yeah. Here we go. Look at that lightning. We had some powerful lightning here last night. And Paula lives only a few miles from me. She knows it was intense. It was beautiful. Okay. The Tower. The walls of those limiting thoughts and ego-driven beliefs in the shadow key come down with the flaming tower. Struck by lightning, symbol of illumination, the structure goes to blazes in the creative fire of spiritual awakening to the realization that everything that exists is our own creation. We are free to live in towers of our own making or to leap into the unknown, trusting all that is. Like the charioteer, I cannot talk today, in key 7, who races forward but still remains in his protective cage, the figure in the tower, number 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7, 7 and 7, ejects himself from his tower in utter abandonment. His time of isolation is clearly over. Encountering this key, the starseed seeker finds enlightenment in the realization that the universe is unfolding in divine order, and that yielding to it rather than trying to control it is the ultimate liberating experience. Upon first encountering this card, one can see in it great destruction and despair. But this is the elusive nature of its message. There are moments in our lives when, willingly or not, we are forced to come to terms with the fact that important aspects of our lives, relationships, careers, etc., we thought were built on solid foundations are not. The tower is on fire. The walls are soon to crumble all around us. As frightening as that process can be while you are in it, or while you are projecting into it fear, it is a process of liberation. Many starseed children associate Gaia's process with the energy portrayed here, fearing, on the one hand, that this beautiful planet is on the verge of destruction, and knowing, on the other, that the old must give way to the new. Associated with this key are the words release, liberation, feng shui, clearing, letting go, change, upheaval, and escape. Hello, hello, hello. First time on here. Hi, Diane. Welcome. We are just kind of going through the Syrian starseed with some important messages that are coming through for us all. And I'll break it down. And I cannot wait to get into these crystal cards because it's been years, I think, since I busted this deck out. All right, so the final card is the Master of Orbs. So while we're breaking ourselves free from our own cage and the cage we've been put into, we're feeling and going through this alchemical process. Be sure not to, one of the messages I've been getting very strongly is pay attention to everything. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And especially to your own physical and emotional reaction to everything. Instead of having that reactionary, if you have a reaction, you have a reaction. But what has been changing within me is whatever is triggering like a deep frustration or fear now is bringing, I'm interested. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm more curious. What is happening? Because now a lot of things just, when they start to contradict themselves and don't make sense and just, then you know, the universal forces are at work and it is like, it's really trying to strip away, pull us away from our limiting beliefs, our fears, our doubts, our insecurities, all of that stuff. So it really isn't as much of a challenge as it is. It's kind of helping us rip the bandage off, or we're back to the training wheels. It's like learning to ride a bike. And when you first are riding the bike, you've got the training wheels on, so you can kind of catch your balance and learn how to balance. And now the training wheels are taken off, and there's this fear, like, and anticipation and excitement. Yeah, I want to ride this bike without training wheels. At the same time, oh my God, I'm afraid I'm going to fall and get hurt, right? Being the observer, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at again in this energy. I really want to see, this is telling me what has been going on up to today. Tomorrow is this whole new, and it is cosmic, it's a star seed, it's a star alignment that opens up this window of potentiality for us to have a new experience, or just really soak in these cosmic rays, soak in these new energies that are changing us in ways. They're changing us physically, emotionally, mentally, metaphysically, energetically. I certainly feel it, and my cat feels it. I mean, pay attention to if you have pets or animals. Notice my cat is like a crazy cat. She's so calm lately and just snuggly and laying on me. But the last couple months, she's just like wants to run around and go crazy. So I'm like, all right, this is interesting. Yes, window of potentiality. All right, let's get to the last card here. So the orbs are swords. That is the element of air. And that's about our thought process and our communications and how we perceive things. So master of our perceptions, our thoughts, and our communications, mastering the mind, so to speak. This book is interesting, but you got to kind of go from one thing to another, which I'm kind of glad that they did have me get the book out. I have to spend more time with these cards because they are pretty in-depth. The Master. Enter the ultimate male authority. The Master is as much about a figure of authority in the querent's life as it is about the aspect within oneself, an inner strength and knowledge of the dominant of the suit representative. So the suit it's representing is the swords, or the mind, or communication. We're mastering oneself. We're mastering this area of our lives. So that, because the mind runs the show, we want to master our minds so that it's not running the energetic show that we are living through. He has achieved mastery of his own process, overcoming the ego self and reaching pure consciousness of the field of influence, his kingdom, that he has mastered. Mastery also implies an understanding of the yin-yang harmony in spirit. He is aware of the gentility of love, the unconditional depth of those waters, and can reach into the feminine aspect of his being to exalt the energies of himself in the emotions and in all other suits. So, I know for myself, and I can only speak for myself in my experience here, but it's especially these last few weeks, I've had the opportunity through definitely a shamanic journey. Thank you for saying that. I've had the opportunity through multiple experiences and in-depth communications and experiences to master the mind. We probably all have had repeat experiences with family. Family's been a big topic. Family or relationships in general, when it comes to communications and emotions and just things that really used to trigger the shit out of us, okay? Suddenly are not as, it's not as sharp and it's not as heavy and burdensome and hard. And once you even get through that layer, you can see, this is where I have gotten to, where I'm not even feeling that. Now I'm understanding what the universe is showing me through these experiences that were once so painful. And now I can see that it was a great teacher and lesson for me. Now, the other people involved are people that I love. They're deeply part of my life and my heart. And I understand that they're on their own journey and path. They're also learning and changing and growing in their own way, and I am not to get involved. And it's sometimes it's hard to not want to get involved in your loved ones stuff, especially if it's your children, but we've had to hold back trying to explain ourselves. First of all, we probably went through that whole part of the journey of explaining ourselves and trying to get your loved ones and family to understand you or where you're coming from, or just accept, and then it's like you got to give that up and go on your own path. And the name of the game really for me has been to truly, what other people think of you. And this is so true. And I have one friend, I don't think she's on here, that still this triggers, but what other people think of you is none of your business. And that actually is for your own good, because it don't matter. Actually, if you really care about what other people think about you, you're pulled into their realm, their dimension. You're not even in your own, you're not in your own movie. You're not in your own show. You're not creating your own life. You're living for what they think of you. That's like people pleasing. So, all right. I'm getting a couple messages from the Crystal Healing Oracle. I'm sitting in the garden yesterday wondering if I'm a karmic. We're all each other's karmic in some way, in some level, for sure. I know that I've definitely been in my past. I don't think that I am now, but I mean, it doesn't matter. If I am, I am. The main thing is, as long as I'm being true to myself and just very authentic and real and vulnerable and raw, and my intentions are always good, that's all that matters. What everybody else thinks of me or wants me to be or say or do, that's on them. That's on them. And if I choose to, oblige in or engage in certain things with people, that's my choice. But I'm going to end up learning something from that for sure, We're all a little bit of everything. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're all in this mix together. Truthfully, we're all in it together. All right. What other messages do you have for us? Ooh, I might have to turn my air back on. It did not cool down today, Paula. It was hot. Paula texted me this morning. She's like, oh, it's cooled down today. And I'm like, yeah, for like an hour or two in the morning. Whew. Okay. I also get those hot flashes sometimes. I'm over it too. The leaves are falling off the trees and it's like 100 degrees outside. It makes no sense. All right. What are the messages for us? I love this deck. It is very powerful and really amazing wisdom. We have rose quartz. We have the love stone, rose quartz. All right, we'll read this one first. Oh, well, it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow, I think. Rose quartz. Unconditional love. I trigger the crap out of people that clearly need it. Oh, me too. Welcome to the club, Martin. Breathe, Martin, breathe. Welcome to the club. That's what we all do. And we're not intending to. That is their stuff. They need to see whatever we're triggering in them. So, I mean, when I finally got to the point where I was being triggered by people that I love, but it was like, I can't take your energy anymore. It started to turn into this like comedy act where I was like, I get it, universe, trigger me now, trigger me like a ninja. I just want it all out, get it all out. But not everybody was there. A lot of people are very tired and sensitive, and they don't understand. First of all, they don't understand at all. I'm a professional projector. You might be. I don't. If we knew your birth time, I could do your human design. You might be a projector, Paula. All right. Unconditional love. Rose quartz is full of unconditional love and infinite peace. It draws loving relationships to you, heals past emotional traumas, or provides support during a crisis. Self-understanding. You are a beautiful soul who has infinite peace deep within and enormous empathy. Relationships are where you learn your soul lessons. Heal heartbreak or abuse and dissolve toxic emotions and pain that prevent you from giving and receiving love. You have power to love unconditionally and to support others. Divination. Forgive yourself. Love and beauty approach. Loneliness is at an end. Emotional blockages dissolve. Do not accept blame. Recognize that unconditional love and friendship draw exactly the right people to you. Once you love yourself, you can give and receive love from others. Support is available in a crisis. The healing insight is unconditional love is the greatest gift you can give to yourself or another. And yes, mirror, mirror, exactly. So this is a beautiful message about just the unconditional love that we are starting to experience, even when we have encounters like this. And that is elevating the love, that the self-love that we need to hold within ourselves always, because the more and this energy that we are going through, especially tomorrow, is activating. This is the question: what is being activated within us through this 9/9 window? The first card out is unconditional love. I love it. I love it. I love it. People are our biggest teachers. Yes, we are all each other's teachers and students at the same time. And I was always blessed to have such a wise mother. My mother would always say that we are each other's teachers and students. She said a lot of wise things that I didn't understand when I was a kid, but I totally get now. I mean, she's still alive. She still says things. I was talking about her like she's not here. She should be on here, but I think that she lives in the mountains. She doesn't always have good reception. A little late. Hello, all. Hello, Tanya. Okay, so what else? What else is being activated within us? Another one of my favorites. Yes, I know. I got pulled. I did not expect to come on camera today, but I'm so glad that I did. I'm really grateful. And I don't do lives. I used to do lives all the time, but on Facebook years ago. And I love it. I love the interaction and just the energy. Lapis lazuli, another one of my favorites. Rose quartz, lapis lazuli. heavenly wisdom. So what is activating? What's being elevated in us? Unconditional love and heavenly wisdom. Lapis lazuli wards off calamities of all kinds and was one of the most auspicious stones in the ancient world. You are an immortal soul who has profound connections with the heavens. Your purpose is noble. You yearn for spiritual attunement, but may be hampered by outmoded viewpoints. Take charge of your life. Looking into the past puts your present experience into perspective. You are a lineage breaker. Make the efforts to trace family history for deeper insight. This is definitely something that has been coming up a lot. I'm not sure about you guys, but there have been a lot of, when we dive deeper into our family line and even just review the tape. I say review the tape, go all the way back and like start playing things start to make sense. Thank you, Lighthouse Society. Okay, let's get back to it here. Where were we at here? You are an immortal soul who has profound connections with the heavens. Your purpose is noble. You yearn for spiritual attunement, but may be hampered by outmoded viewpoints. Take charge of your life. Looking into the past puts your present experience into perspective. You are a lineage breaker. Make the effort to trace family history for deeper insight. Divination. There is spiritual dis-ease. Work with dreams and journey inward to find deeper insights. Flashes of intuition show the way. Open your heart and third eye. Help comes from on high. Enlightenment is within your grasp. Enhanced perception shows what operates beneath. Study or research is needed. Yours is the gift of true friendship. Protect yourself. Attune to your divine nature enhances your well-being. Attuning to your divine nature enhances your well-being. So what is, we are being taken, many through our dreams, and through our intuitive senses and downloads, taken into deeper aspects of ourselves and aspects of our past. And you may have big flashes of insight and wisdom that are coming up from the depths. This is our primordial, ancient wisdom that we're born with. Oh my God, we have a real life lighthouse in the chat. Yeah, holy synchronicity. Oh my. And then there's always a Debbie Downer too. All right, let's get one more for us all. And this is the beauty of duality, right? Now this is actually what I'm talking about. So I'm kind of glad that this satanic cards, pure evil, came up, because, I think that if you think that's going to trigger me, it doesn't. I actually kind of think it's funny, but that's because of the synchronicities, because of what I've been talking about. We can be lifted to such a height and be laughing, and then all of a sudden these energies come in and we're like, bam, let's play with me, right? That's how it's been like non-stop for the last couple days for me. And I get to the point now where I'm like, I see it. It's like a cosmic joke at this point. It doesn't affect me anymore. And I hope it doesn't affect you guys either. And because if it does, I will remove this person from the chat. The dark is so scared of the light. Yes, silly clowns. Yes. And that's the thing. If we don't engage or allow it to affect us, then the dark is exposed. Right, exactly. All right, last card, and we'll look at the bottom too. The bottom of the deck is Ancestral Light, which I've never even heard of that. Ancestral Light. So we're definitely like, this is ancestral. But we have Blue Lace Agate. The final card, the final message for us all. Oh, I wanted to get a starseed. Not the final message, but the final crystal card. The final card will be from the Starseed Oracle. But we want to see what this self-expression. Beautiful. Blue Lace Agate connects spirit with intellect, highlighting integrity. It enhances the ability to communicate effectively what is in your mind and in your heart. And that we got with the Syrian Starseed too, about mastering our mind, mastering our communications, and being able to break through and express what's in the heart, from the heart. Self-understanding. Attune to your inner being to express the fullness of who you are. Be confident when speaking in public, as you have much to share. You may have been silenced in the past. Repressing thoughts and feelings cause throat problems, so speak your mind gently, honestly, and clearly. You have the gift of serenity. Use it wisely. Divination. Speak your heartfelt truth with integrity and confidence. Do not fear being judged. Expect news shortly and keep lines of communication open. Events unfold slowly. Return to basics and start again if necessary. Focus your mind and open your intuition. Your life will be long and happy. Accept your sensitive side. Healing insight. Expressing yourself fully releases neck and shoulder tension, thyroid deficiency, and throat or lymphatic infections. So we're going to finish off with Ancestral Light. But first of all, I think I've had enough of... Okay. I think I removed this person. Sorry, guys. Okay. Had to take care of that. I forget that we need, like, what are they called? Moderators or mediators or whatever when we do these chats, so that I don't get interrupted and I can, like, open up for one of you guys to just, like, take these people out. But that should have taken care of it. All right. So last one. That makes sense. Yeah. Ancestral Light. And it's interesting because I didn't feel triggered, but I felt the disruption of the energy. I could feel it like as like a jagged type of energy, like what's the word? Like static was like coming through. You know, you're speaking high vibe truth and shining bright like diamonds when dark beings are sent to infiltrate. Yeah, like this weird, like staticky electricity that came through. So I don't know if you guys feel energies like the way I feel them. And we all have our own senses and stuff, but I have very clear, clairaudient, clairvoyant, but I had the feelings, the sensations that go through my body when I feel different energies. It's like, this is why I was like a nutso kid that was definitely the classic ADHD, couldn't sit still, was always all over the place, was because I was always like, what's that? What's that? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. He said static at the same time. All right, let's read Ancestral Light. The ancestors. Ancestral Light has been radically modified during its time on Earth. It helps you to find treasures hidden in your past. It takes healing way back and brings forward soul learning, rolling it into the future, but letting go of the experiences that created it. Self-understanding. Any dis-ease, and I always spell this D-I-S hyphen ease, dis-ease. Any dis-ease you are carrying is ancient, and it passes down through the ancestral line. It relates to prevailing attitudes and forbidden emotions that have been kept firmly repressed, as well as to ancient traumas and family dramas. Divination. Take note of your dreams. Family secrets come to the surface. Oh, and that has been happening a lot in the collective. A radical rethink is called for on all that you think, you believe, and allow yourself to feel. Let me read that again. A radical rethink is called for on all that you think and all that you think you believe, and allow yourself to feel. And the insight is the ancestors are all those who have gone before, not just your bloodline. Heal them, and you heal yourself. Wow. Wow. Yes, squirrel. Aquarius sun in 8th house, Scorpio moon. I sense stuff before it happens. Yes, I sense stuff before it happens too. I know it's a gift now, but before I was aware of what it was, I still intuitively knew I had that as a gift, but there was something in my ancestral line, because my mother and my grandmother, all the women in my family are shamans and healers, and my mom is a Reiki master and psychics, and I'm sure we were all witches in another life, because they all make their own essential oils and healing, like elixirs and whatnot, and we all are gardeners and grow and all of these things, and we've been persecuted in other lifetimes because you can see it, you can sense it, you can feel it. So it's very interesting. I don't know where I was going with that, but definitely like many generations of psychic healers. I'm not a labeler, so I just like to say what I see, hear, sense, feel, and do. I know that it's good for people and they're trying to understand like their gifts, and but they are always changing. And that's what's happening too, is like if you're going to put yourself in a category and say I'm a psychic medium, next thing you know, we're going to get hit with this portal, and you're going to have all these other and then you're a channeler, and you're doing all these other things too. And like, we all have these abilities, these multi-dimensional, multi-sensory abilities. They're part of our body, they're part of our energy field, but we're just learning about them. We're letting them open and understanding them, because the cosmos is like, whew, there's like a lot, a lot out there. Dustin, yes. Oh, this is great. All right, I'm going to get one last message for us all to end this reading, even though I hate to end all of this community. I'll just have to do this more often. Maybe like every Friday, or something like that. I know that we're all in different time zones and stuff. I'm not much of a night owl either, but I try to like, I try to go on later to help out with the different time zones out there. But we'll see. Whenever I'm guided, really, I don't plan these things, obviously. I did not plan tonight. All right. Final message for us all. This is exciting. I feel excited about this energy. You guys should too. Especially now that it's getting dark out early. I know. Once the sun goes down, I'm like, ready to go to bed. All right, we have two. I thought a third one flipped, but no. Oh, I love this one. I remember. Oh, my heart. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. And then we also got Water Your Garden, which talks about nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest, which is very important. Not only are we having these energetic downloads, but the sun is flaring again, the Schumann resonance is spiking again, the planets are doing their thing, and when we go through these upgrades in energy frequency on the planet, our bodies, it takes our bodies a little bit longer to adapt to that. And it takes our nervous system a little longer to adapt. So it's important to drink a lot of water, take good care of your body. You may notice like little energy zaps that you get from time to time. And that is just like the body's like, hey, slow down. Listen to the body. Walking sweat machine. Yes. Yeah. As you're purging. To dismember, to rip apart, and to separate, to remember is to reconnect and come back to wholeness and oneness and truth. Yes. Something about this card, it just has my heart. And I think it's because of I don't know if I can't show you guys. I have this picture on my wall of the sunset. I have a lot of sunset pictures that I've taken in my lifetime. But most of them were during a very profound period in my life where I was so touched by the divine and really woken up. And I'm feeling that energy again. It's like that bliss and that bubble of just and like everything in nature always speaks to me anyway, but it really like it takes your breath away. And I just got that feeling in my heart, like, this I remember card. The universe is giving us body slams. Yeah. We sure have been getting a lot of those, that's for sure. All right. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of your life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one your soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you towards, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its ugly head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. And that is for sure. There's definitely been moments on my journey, my moments in my last few days of, I don't want to say doubt. I don't think I have doubt anymore, but it was definitely just really sticky, sludgy energy that's just like, I remember just saying, God, again, I'm tired. I'm tired of things being a challenge all the time. I'm tired. I was just being whiny. This was yesterday. I was just like, Not that I was doubting, but it's just like, like our little friend that came in here and was like taunting us. It's like, come on, make it stop. That kind of energy. But definitely, we're being really ushered into our soul's plan. And so there will be moments of that arise that are actually mirroring, again, reflecting little fractals or aspects within us that still may have fear or doubt about the direction our soul is taking us. Yet we've gone too far to want to even, and there are times it's like, if I just do this perfectly laid out plan like everybody else is, seems like life is so much easier that way. But no, it's not. And actually, if you even try, go ahead and try, because you trust me, you will jump right off of that path sooner than I don't even know what I was going to say, really fast. You can't go back. Once you know certain things, once you see certain things, you cannot go back. It is torture. It is complete and utter torture. So last card for us all, water your garden. And, I think what it's also saying is that the matrix, the outer world, the whole of the third dimensional matrix is also, everything is being shifted and shaken and changed, but it's also moving faster and faster and faster and faster. I'm witnessing people in my life that are not consciously on this journey burning out left and right and just really trying to keep up with all of the different options. It's like next thing you know, there's a million different options and a million different social media platforms and a million different this and a million different that, and cars are flying around really fast, and it's just like, whoa, at least where we live, Paula, everything moves so fast. You can't even go check out the grocery. I can't even get my money out fast enough. There, everything's bagged up and blah, 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 and it's just like, wow. Oh my God. When we slow down more and not really participate in that energy, we can actually change that. I've actually slowed things down in my day-to-day, and the people around me have slowed down. We have that kind of energetic control, if you realize that. So try not to get sucked into that wheel, that metaphoric wheel, the matrix, even in the mindset. What you see is an illusion, because we can change it. We can change the emotions of people that are around us just by changing our own emotions. We can change the perceptions of everything around us by changing our own perception. When you change the way you see the world around you changes, right? Hello. Crazy town here. I know. It is absolutely crazy town. We live on a very fast-paced area around Philadelphia, New York City, East Coast nut house, where there's a lot of energies here. And it's exciting at times. It can be fun and exciting, but for the most part, And actually, where we live, Paula and I, it is a beautiful. Chester County is a lot of rolling hills and forests and streams and lakes and all of that. So we're not in the city, but the city folk have moved out here and they're building everything up around here in this beautiful area. And it's really sad, actually. And everything's moving really fast and stuff. But if we get caught up in that, and then there's a lot of people that are fighting, like, no, they don't want no warehouses. And I love this. We don't want Amazon warehouses and all these other structures being built up in this beautiful nature, which is no longer, it's like, yeah, we won't even go there. But again, if we get pulled into that, you can't fight these energies. When you try to fight these energies, you actually are feeding those energies. That is the darker energy. Is I did a whole video on that. I'm in my place then. So let's get on with this last card. Water your garden. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel, to take a moment to restock, replenish, and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend towards you when you do. And I think that's what I was saying. Like, when we give ourselves time and space, life will give us time and space. I've actually experienced these last few days, and I have in the past, changing time, the length and the duration of time. And we can, by our perception, we can speed up time or we can slow time down. And that was really cool. That's been a really cool experience too. I had to pull back from everyone and everything that depleted me. Yeah. And that's good to do. And listen to yourself when you have to do that. And I have to do that often too. And then there are other times where my energy is replaced, and I'm in a phase of my life now where I'm putting myself back out there in the world to be of service. But I had to go through many years of living, I live alone. So living in solitude. I do have beautiful friends and family, and they'll see me from time to time, but I'm not really out there a whole lot, doing a whole lot of stuff other than like getting myself out in nature and doing things like that, because it's important for us to really take care of our energy. But then you'll find, not everybody, but I found that after doing that for a length of time, that my energy levels were brought back to a certain space where I'm able to give some of them. Now I'm still going to have to also give myself that time to replenish my energy and things like that and pull back. So it's a matter of learning and understanding, you know. Some of us have a really difficult time putting ourselves, going to a party or being in a store or crowded place. I'm not really one, but I do have my moments. And when I feel like I'm feeling everyone's energy and I'm not really good at, I'm not having a good enough time having my own energetic boundaries, I'm going to have to skip this one. Sometimes we are just extra sensitive, and there's a lot of planetary energies that will, there's certain cycles where I will stay home because I feel collective, that, you know, we feel collective energy. So when we're surrounded by other people, it's like, we're feeling it all. Yeah, yeah. So it's just a matter of knowing your energy and knowing what's not your energy and knowing what you can handle and what you need to give yourself. It's really important that we take good care of ourselves and our energy so that we can, you know, we're given more and more energetic support. And when we learn energetic boundaries, and this is one of the things that I will be doing in the healing facility community that I'm going to be doing some work out of, is teaching people about their energetic senses and sensitivities and how to I have a multitude of courses and classes that I want to start teaching, so I'm excited to be able to put myself back out there and do that as well. Instead of just always being behind a camera, I really do enjoy engaging with people and giving Reiki healings and treatments and stuff like that. I really do like to have that one-on-one connection and contact with people. But then, you know, I also need to pull back after I'm done and like take a salt bath and clear my energy and all of that too. So it is important to understand that energetic exchange, and that we can also take people's energy with us, especially if we have like romantic connections with people or just other interactions with people. And if you find that like they keep popping up into your head, or your sensitivity, or thinking of them a lot, but you don't really want to, like those are energetic lines that are getting crossed, and you can even go into psychic attacks. And I've done a bunch of videos on that. So it's really interesting how we are all intertwined and intermixed, and we can get mixed up with the wrong energies, and that's a good lesson for us as well. But it shouldn't teach you to like not have connection with people in general. It's just to learn who is good for you and who is not, and who we are and who we are not, and where we belong and where we don't, kind of thing. So it's all about learning that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. This was great. Oh my gosh, we were on here for 88 minutes. That's amazing. It felt really good. I'm glad that I took the time to do this, and definitely want to do more lives to have this interaction. It's a beautiful thing. Then, you know, more people out there can meet up and meet each other too. The more of us, the better. So thank you so much for participating and being on here. I think I'm going to get ready to sign off and go lay down and listen to this thunderstorm that's about to come through here. We'll just send you my gratitude and love for all your insight messages. Oh, thank you, Martin. Thank you for tuning in and joining. Good night, Paula. Good night, everybody. And if it's not nighttime where you are, good day. Have a beautiful night or a beautiful day. And I certainly will be back. Enjoy tomorrow's energy. Well, enjoy the energy all the time, but I want to hear from you. Maybe I'll put something out in the community tab or something. I want to hear everybody else's experience in this 9/9 energy, this opening, because it's pretty cosmic. It's pretty intense, and I'm enjoying it personally. So maybe I'll put something out there on the community tab to just have people sort of comment. I don't know if we can comment. I don't know how we can communicate back and forth, but we can give that a try. Or you can comment on this video, I suppose. We can come back and interact that way too. We'll figure it out. I'm not that tech savvy, but I get shown different little tips and tricks here. So much love to you all. Bless you all. Good night.